Hello everyone, I'm Paul with Many Voices and welcome back to Learn Swedish with Me through Mol. However, as you can see on screen below me, it looks a little different. Also, let me quickly do that, and this. The screen looks a little different. Let's see if I'm actually live or not. Yes, I am. Perfecto. But not only that, the book looks a little different. Despite the fact that I know that I did not upload the Kapitel 8 Part 2 stream. That is because halfway through the stream I had to sneeze. I muted my microphone on time, but while I thought I had unmuted it, I accidentally muted it again, leaving half of the stream completely muted until somebody in the chat mentioned it, but by then so much time has already passed that it wasn't really worth keeping the stream. Kapitel 9 Part 1, I did start streaming, but during homework I messed up a little bit, but I was also very tired, and that frustrated me with the mistakes I was making that were clearly just stupid mistakes on my end, and I was so frustrated that I just decided to quit that, because that was last week. And knowing that yesterday for me, on Tuesday the 3rd of October 2023, the new year, the third year started, I figured that I was going to dive right in. I'm gonna stop with Mol et entirely, so we will not be seeing this book at all ever again, and we're not going to be seeing this book at all, but I'm going to put them aside here for now. But we are going to be working with lärobok 2, but this time I'm also going to be working with this book, the övningsbok, because now I'm actually doing the homework that was assigned on the day that it was assigned, or actually the day after. I am keeping these streams on Wednesdays. Luckily for me, the classes are on Tuesdays, so things are still a bit fresh in my head. And since I was doing the streams on Wednesdays, I want to keep that as a consistent thing going for my own sanity as well. So we're gonna do the homework streams on Wednesday and the lessons will be on Tuesday. So yeah, I have a different teacher than last year. My previous class consisted of 7 people, including myself, and including myself only 3 went on to the next year, sadly, which led my previous teacher, who was going to teach us in the new year, to say like, well, I'm not going to do it for 3 people. So the classes got merged, because I was in class 2A, and that would have become 3A, but since 3A no longer exists, we were merged with 2A to become a full class 3, this time of at least 14 people. The new teacher was present last year during the open day when I was challenged to not start with the first year but with the second year. She remembered, luckily, and she was like really glad that I was able to keep up. Well, I'll use quotation marks because I wasn't able to keep up at all. Only through redoing everything and also doing first year during the vacation, I was able to keep up a little bit. But yeah, I'm also going to go over. So, as I said, I'm going to be working with lärobok. I'm going to be working with övningsbok, but I'm also going to go over the stuff that I've written down as part of the lesson. While I've written everything in Dutch and Swedish, I'm going to translate it to English and Swedish for you guys, because pretty much we were just talking about grammar. So yeah, that. So we are going to be starting out with kapitel 11. Also, because it is expected that the capitals are only going to take, well, it's not going to take 2 weeks. We're going to probably do a lot more, or a lot less per week, I mean. So, I can show you already. We only did this section. Yeah, fuck. Only this section. And this. So today I will be going up until, well, this page. And in terms of the övningsbok, I am going to follow this. So at the bottom of certain pages you will see here öva mera i övningsboken sidan 4-5 och sidan 6 and 7. So I'm gonna be doing that as well, so that I can actually use this book for a change, rather than just have it and be a waste of it. But I'm expecting that this year is gonna be slow, just like last year. But I did everything that you've seen up until now in the vacation at my own pace. But now I'm gonna try to keep it to the pace of what is the assigned homework. So we're gonna go a lot slower. However, I'm still going to do the övningar and the innehåll. We're going to be starting out with, despite the fact that I've heard this already. I really need to change the setup for this, but I can't be bothered. Let's go to Familie Åberg. Innehåll.
Sidan 6. Familjen Åberg. Familjen Åberg bor på Granvägen 4 i Småstad. Familjen består av 4 personer. Ellen och Jonas har varit gifta i 7 år och har en dotter tillsammans. Hon heter Klara. Ellen har också en son som bor hos dem. Han heter Emil.
So, a fun fact, it is only now made known to me, but I may have missed this in the previous book, that Emil is Ellen's son, but not Jonas' son. So Jonas is the stepdad, and Clara is his half-sister. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to spend time with her. So this is basically a reintroduction of the Åberg family. They live on Grenvägen 4 in Småstad, which apparently is a fictional town. But maybe it exists. The family consists of 4 people. Ellen and Jonas have been married for 7 years and have a daughter together. Her name is Clara. Ellen also has a son who lives with them. His name is Emil.
Namn: Klara Åberg. Ålder: 6 år. Gör: går i förskoleklass. Intressen: fotboll. Namn: Emil Åberg. Ålder: 17 år. Gör: studerar på gymnasiet. Intressen: musik, fiske. Namn: Ellen Åberg. Ålder: 38 år. Gör: arbetar på bank. Intressen: motionera, film. Namn: Jonas Åberg. Ålder: 36 år. Gör: målare med egen firma. Intressen: vara ute i naturen, fiske, matlagning.
The main idea of this particular capital apparently is going to be interests. So one of the assignments, or the assignment that we were given as part of our homework from outside the books, was to write down our interests and do a short presentation on it. on it. Now I've decided that I'm going to be talking about the Vikings and as well as music, and not just metal, but music in general, because I am a huge music lover. And the more exotic it is, the better. So that's one of the things that I'll be talking about. And we're going to be writing that. I'm going to be writing that down on screen. Thank you very much, Light. Funny, I recently changed this light bulb, but already it's messing up. So I guess that we're not using that for now. Great. The nom is name, older is the age, year is occupation. So year går I förskoleklass is she goes to the preschool. Year studerar på gymnasiet. He studies at gymnasiet. Year arbetar på bank. She works at the bank. And Year målar med en egen firma. He's a painter with his own firm. Intressen. That's the main thing about this part, where we talk about the interests of the people. Clara's interested in football. Emil is into music and fishing, fiske. Ellen is interested in staying in motion, just exercise and films, and Jonas likes to be outside. He likes fishing and cooking.
Klara har just börjat i förskoleklass. Hon tycker om skolan och kan redan läsa lite. På eftermiddagen går hon på fritids. Där är hon ofta ute på gården och spelar fotboll. En kväll i veckan går hon på fotbollsträning.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it for every person. Cats, what's wrong? Well, are you just that lonely? What's this? Hey, I can't help you. Come here. Hey, cats. Why are you doing that? I'm gonna give you more attention after this, cat. Come on, shut up. Clara has just started the förskoleklass. She likes school and already can read a little. In the afternoon, she goes to fritids. Now, fritids, you may think that is just an after-school activity for kids, but also teenagers. Apparently, that's something that was told yesterday. Is that teenagers will also have like fritids. She's often out in the garden and plays football. One evening in the week she goes to football training.
Emil går på gymnasiet. Han börjar bli trött på skolan, så han tycker att det är skönt att han bara har ett läsår kvar. Emil spelar gitarr och han och några kompisar har ett band. De träffas och övar varje fredagkväll. Emil är också intresserad av fiske. Ibland åker han och Jonas iväg och fiskar tillsammans.
If the cat wants to come over here and cuddle, just lay down for a bit and try to go to sleep. Thank you very much. And then walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like you're doing now. She's sitting on the book. She's sitting on the book. Cat. Yep. Oh, sorry, cat, but you cannot sit there. This is my stuff. I know it's not a laptop that you can sit on, but come on. Come on. Actually, I do have a laptop you can sit on. I do have that. Yeah. Hey. There. You can sit on there. Let's see if she does it. Emil goes to the gymnasiet. He's getting tired of school, and he is glad that he only has one school year left. Emil plays the guitar, and with a couple of friends he has a band. Now notice, in Dutch we also say band, like in English. But apparently, what my teacher told me yesterday, that in Sweden, if you see an English word that is often used in English, also in Dutch, you have to Swedify it. So you say band. They meet up and practice every Friday evening. Emil is also interested in fishing. Sometimes he and Jonas go away to fish together.
Ellen arbetar på en bank. Eftersom hon sitter stilla så mycket på jobbet vill hon röra på sig på fritiden. Därför går hon till ett gym och tränar minst 2 gånger i veckan. På våren och sommaren vill hon vara ute, och då brukar hon springa i skogen istället. Ellen har också ett annat intresse, film. Mest tittar hon på filmer på tv. Men ibland går hon på bio med Jonas eller med en väninna.
So Ellen works at a bank because she sits still for most of for her job. She wants to move around in her free time. Therefore, she goes to a gym and trains at least 2 times per week. In the spring and summer, she wants to go outside and goes running in the nearby forest. Ellen also has another interest, film. Most of the time she watches films on the TV, but occasionally she will go to the movies, to the cinema, with either Jonas or a friend. And in this case it's a female friend.
Jonas är målare. Han har en egen firma och ibland arbetar han alldeles för mycket. När han är ledig vill han vara ute i naturen, och han är glad över att Emil gärna följer med och fiskar. Jonas gillar att laga mat också, helst fisk.
So Jonas is a painter. He has his own firm, and sometimes he works way too much. Alldeles för mycket is way too much. When he has free time, or when he's off work, ledig is basically off work, he wants to go outside in nature, and he is very glad that Emil likes to go with him to fish. Jonas also likes to cook, especially fish. So, am I going to be doing these things? Well, I can do these things, but talking about myself, really, nah. Maar je Clara på dagarna. What does Clara do during the day? Hur går det för skolklassen? Vad har Emil för intresse? Musik och fiske. Varför vill Ella röra på sig på fritiden? Hon sitter stilla så mycket på jobbet. Vad gör Jonas på fritiden? Han går vara ute i naturen, fiske och matlagning. Vad heter du? Jag vet inte. So, prepositioner. We didn't really talk about this. Actually, we did a little bit, but it was just like seriously 1 minute that we talked about. So when you're talking about places, countries, and cities, if you are in a country, in a city, in a place, it's I. So jag bor i Holland. Jag bor i ett hus. Ja, varför i? En hospital. Sjukhuis. I forgot the word for hospital. Sjukhuis. There are certain other places that uses e to describe a specific location. But if it's working, for instance, or if you're going to a place, it's often på. So, jag går på restaurangen. Jag går på sjukhus. Min pappa och jag åker på bio. Jag jobbar på banken. If you talk about what kind of school you do, it's also på. You're on vacation, på semester, and you're looking at the TV, på TV. But if you're talking about an address where you live, it's also på. So I have to write down with a pen. Eller på, eller i. Många ligger på Storgatan. Tycker du om att gå? No, wait. I skolan. Vill du följa med på bio ikväll? Han bor i Malmö. Har du varit i Spanien? Vad ska ni åka på semester? Han studerar på universitetet. Vi ska gå i skolan. Ett läsår till sedan du vill. Han vill börja jobba. På. På skolan. This i skolan. Right. We're gonna continue. Linda, Hassan, Victor bor på Granvägen 4 i småstad. Förra året studerade lärare på universitetet, men nu är hon hemma med Victor. Den är intresserad av mode. Han gör ofta på klädaffärer i centrum och tittar på kläder. Aha. This was one of Victor, who was eventually born in between the end of the first book and the second book. Han arbetar på skolan. Oh yeah. Why is it på skolan here and i skolan in the other place? It's because wait, this also e. Oh, that's på. Anyway, på dagis. So this is also på. What else? Både han tycker om att resa, varit i många länder, på många länder i både Europa och Asien. Victor 4. Nu är hans mamma hemma med honom till våren. Ska hans pappa och hemma på dagis. Right. Right. Then for this we're also heading over to the övningsbok. I'm gonna put this away and we're finally opening up this bitch. Kapitel 11. Hej. Hej. Kat. Kom maar. Ga je lief doen? Ga je lief doen, schat. You've had fish. I'm glad that you were actually eating it. I actually bought her fresh fish today, and Roshi didn't want to eat it, but now that it's cooked and cooled down a notch, she wants to eat it. Yay! Så, rätt eller fel? Är det 4 personer i familjen? Åberg, rätt. Ellens man heter Jonas. Ja, Ellen och Jonas har en son tillsammans. Fel. En dotter. Emil längtar efter att sluta gymnasiet. I think längtar means that he's longing for it. Yes. Klara kan inte läsa. Fel. Han kan redan läsa lite. Eller rör på sig mycket på jobbet. No. Ellen och Jonas går på bio tillsammans ibland. Ja. Jonas tycker om att vara ute på sin fritid. Ja. Let's see. Läs sidan 6 och 7 i lärboken. Skriv sedan 10 frågor om personerna. Används frågeorden i rutan. När, vems, varför, vems, hör, vem. Vad arbetar Jonas med? What? What do you expect me to do here? 10 frågor om personerna. So I have to write 10 questions about the people. So vem är intresserad av musik? Who's interested in music? Hur gammal? Hur många måste Emil göra på gymnasiet? När har vara fotbollsträning? I think that this is what we're supposed to do here. Varför vill Ellen se hon röra på sig? Okej. Vem, vad, var? Arbeta Ellen? Var arbetar Ellen? Ställ frågorna i å till varandra. Svara. Okay, so basically section B. Hey, Alexandru. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm actually doing the first bit of homework from the new school year. I'm done with the first part, the first book, not because I finished it, but because I'm done with it. I don't want to do that anymore. But going back to this, so öva i par. So we have to be in pairs, and then we have to ask each other the questions that we written down, in the hopes that the other person wrote down different questions. So Paul 39 gör på affären. Interesse viking är musik Sverige. There you go. Done. Easy. Filippo eller i. Har du varit i Stockholm? Ja. Jag tycker om att gå på restaurang. Den går på dagis. Stockholm är huvudstad i Sverige. Anna träffar en väninna i affären. Peter jobbar på en bank. Familj Johansson bor på Grönvägen 5. Träffas i centrum. Okay. Now I know that I didn't write down 10 questions, but you know, I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my own with the 2 that were given. I'd say that's a good start. So this is for the next section. We're gonna skip that for now. We're going to go to the övningar. Öva ord. So, for those that forgot or don't know, because of the program that I'm using for this camera, my Alt 0, 228, 229 and 246 don't work. And it has something to do with the program that I'm using this camera for. Because if I do the regular Duolingo, where I don't use that camera and don't use that program, it works perfectly fine. So I'm going to be copying and pasting over these words. Har varit gifta. They have been married for 9 years and har 2 barn. Tillsammans. Det är en son som heter Gustav och en dotter som heter Emma. Anita arbetar på en bank. Hon sitter stilla på dagarna. Därför tycker hon att röra på sig på fritiden. Hon tycker om att fatta ure ute i naturen. Ja. Jag tycker om att laga mat. Ett annat intresse är film. Gustav är 8 år. Han går i skolan. Och på fritids. Han gillar fotboll. I think that this has to be gillar. Emma är bara 5. Och gör och går på dagis, which means that indeed this has to be fritiden. Yeah, done. Para ihop, so we have to pair these together. Vad heter Annas man? Johan. Hur länge är de varit gifta? I 9 år. Var bor de? På Storgatan. Vad heter Annas 2 barn? Gustav och Emma. Vad gör hon på dagarna? Hon jobbar på en bank. Vad gör hon på fritiden? Röra på sig. Prepositioner. Han bor i norra Sverige. Ska på bio imorgon kväll. Jag gillar att gå på skolan. No, that's actually i skolan. Jag bor på Tolvägen. Åker till på semester. Ja. På sjukhuset. Ja. Bor i Göteborg. And now we're gonna do this to i skolan. Perfecto. Alfabetet. Sidan 11. We do that. We didn't really talk about page 11 in the book, so we did have to read this ourselves. I wasn't selected, so I was quiet. But we're still going to do Vi frågar.
Sidan 10. Vi frågar. A. Vi frågar, vad har du för intressen? Sandra Persson, 19 år.
Spel. Jag har spelat tv-spel och dataspel ända sedan jag var liten. Många av mina kompisar slutade spela i slutet av högstadiet, men inte jag. Nu är det förstås andra spel, men jag tycker fortfarande att det är lika roligt.
So she likes to play games, TV games, video games. Since she was little, many of her friends stopped playing during puberty, but she didn't. Jag tycker fortfarande det. Hur det förstås andra spel. We did talk about this. I don't remember what this was. Det är det förstås andra spel. Let's have a look-see. Still have Google. Oh dear. Förstås andra spel. Nu är det... Let's just type the entire sentence. Nu är Yeah. Now, of course, it's a different game. But I still like it because it's fun.
Anders Lagerberg, 82 år. Mitt stora intresse är min trädgård. När jag var ung ville jag bli trädgårdsmästare. Men så blev det inte. Jag hade inte råd att utbilda mig. Så jag fick börja jobba på en bondgård istället. Redan som 14-åring. Men när jag gifte mig och vi köpte hus blev jag min egen trädgårdsmästare, kan man säga.
So this 82-year-old man always wanted to be a gardener since he was young. Which apparently, när jag var ung, is a really old-fashioned way of saying it. A lot of younger people will say, när jag var lite. He wanted to be a gardener, but it didn't happen. He couldn't develop himself, so he started a job in a farm instead. When he was 14 years old, so he had to quit school to work on a farm at the age of 14. But after he married and they bought a house, he became his own garden master, so you can say.
Isabella Rossi, 15 år.
Jag har en egen blogg och så följer jag en del andras bloggar också. Särskilt gillar jag att läsa kändisbloggar. På min blogg skriver jag om allt möjligt, som vad jag gör, vad jag tycker om. Det är över 1000 personer som följer min blogg.
So this girl has her own blog. She also follows a bunch of other blogs. Especially of she likes to read about famous people blogs, so celebrity blogs. On her own blog she writes about all things possible, like what she does or what she likes to do, and her blog has over 1,000 followers. Impressive for a 50-year-old girl, I'd say. Lastly,
Anita Lindgren, 53 år.
Jag vet inte vad jag ska säga. Jag kan inte komma på något speciellt. Jag har nog ingen riktigt fritidsintresse. Ingen sport eller hobby. Jag läser en del och tittar på tv. Det är allt. Och så gillar jag att träffa mina vänner.
So this woman doesn't really know how to answer this question because she doesn't really have anything especially that's interesting. She's not really interested in anything particular. She doesn't do any sports. She doesn't really have a hobby, but she does read a bit. She does watch some TV, and she likes to meet up with friends. That's it. So let's keep moving. Rätt är fel. Sandra slutade spela dataspel på högstadiet. Fel! Anders har arbetat som trädgårdsmästare. Nope. Isabella båda skriver och läser bloggar. Japp. Anita har inget särskilt intresse. Japp. Särskilt is special. She doesn't have a particular or special interest. Lyssna, actually that is C, so we'll keep on doing that.
Sidan 11. Vi frågar. C.
Nadja, vad har du för intressen?
Jag spelar tennis en gång i veckan och så tränar jag basket en gång i veckan nu på hösten och vintern. På våren och sommaren spelar jag fotboll.
So Nadja is sports. I hear football, I hear tennis, I believe.
En gång i veckan nu på hösten och vintern. På veckan och så tränar jag basket en gång i veckan nu på hösten och vintern. Yeah. På våren och sommaren spelar jag fotboll.
Vad gör du på fritiden, Fredrik?
Oj. Ja, vad gör jag egentligen? Jag sitter nog mest framför datorn faktiskt. Jag spelar spel och chattar med kompisar och så. Jag borde nog röra på mig lite, men sport har aldrig varit min grej liksom.
Har du något fritidsintresse, Alireza?
Mitt största intresse är kläder. Både att köpa och designa själv. Jag går en kurs i mode och sömnad just nu. Jättespännande.
So Frederick likes to play video games. He sits behind his dator, which is his computer. And I heard spel, so there you have it. And Alireza, which apparently is a guy's name, is into fashion. He designs it, he shops it. So there. And this is actually the thing that I have to do for my own homework. I have to talk about my own interests. Jag har intresse... Mina intressen är vikingar. Deras kultur. Fighting. Fight. Så att det slås på. Sättet det slås på. Jag gillar sättet det... Ja, de slås på. Sättet de slås på. Rune Sten och gods. Gudar. There, I did that part of my homework as well. Yay! And then we're already at page 12 that we didn't do. We've got a birthday here apparently. We're gonna hit that next week. So that's let us have a look-see at this again. Vad har ni för intressen? Diskutera. Laga mat. Fotboll. Resa. Och film. Skriv om en av personerna. Skriv om en av personerna. Write about one of the people. Oh, skriv om en av personerna. Lucy gillar resa. Fuck the rest. Fråga 2 andra elever vad de har för intressen. Skriv om dig. So I have to talk about other people, or I have to ask other people what their interests are. I have to talk about who they are and what they do and blah blah blah. Oh wait, gonna have to listen to this again. I'm actually not gonna do that. we're gonna skip that. Well, we're gonna do this one still.
Sidan 11. Vi frågar. C.
Nadja, vad har du för intressen?
Jag spelar tennis en gång i veckan och så tränar jag basket en gång i veckan nu på hösten och vintern. På våren och sommaren spelar jag fotboll.
Vad gör du på fritiden, Fredrik?
Oj. Ja, vad gör jag egentligen? Jag sitter nog mest framför datorn faktiskt. Jag spelar spel och chattar med kompisar och så. Jag borde nog röra på mig lite, men sport har aldrig varit min grej liksom.
Har du något fritidsintresse, Alireza?
Mitt största intresse är kläder. Både att köpa och designa själv. Jag går en kurs i mode och sömnad.
Jag går en... What?
Jag går en kurs i mode och...
Kurser? Actually, a fun fact about this book, same with one, is that at the back you will find the kurs. So he takes a course in fashion.
Sömnad just nu. Jättespännande.
Cool. Okay, so that concludes this part, because this is already for page 12 and 13. We're done. Let us talk to the övningar. Repeta alfabetet. Para ihop. I have to do this in alphabetical order. Anton. Bokstav. Fyller. Inte. Yes. Måne. No, måne. Mörk. Repetera. Träd. Vas. And vocal. The only two things that could be wrong are those two. But they're not. Right. That concludes that little part. Now let's talk about the other stuff that we talked about. Basically, it was a repeat of some grammar. This I'm gonna have to do here and there. I don't even know adverbs. So the adverbs. Wakker muziek en wakkert huis. In wakkert huis says something about bijvoeglijk, the adjective. Now the thing is, back in school, we never, at least as far as I remember, we never learned in English all of those words. Adjective, all of that jazz. So I don't even know what's what. So, Han gingen wakkerd. Hun gingen wakkerd. She sings beautifully. So Wakkert with a T will talk about the way that she sings. Vi kör långsamt. We're driving slowly. Det mycket bra. Det väldigt roligt. So yeah. The other thing we talked about is when do you use sin or sit or sina, and when would you use hans, hennes, and deras? So the sentence that we got: Emil kör I Emils bil. So Emil is driving in Emil's car. His own car. If it's his own, her own, or their own, it's sin. Given that it's an N-word. If it's an N-word, for instance, Emil lives in Emil's house. Emil bor I Emils hus. It would be Emil bor I sitt hus. Because hus is an N-word, so sin therefore becomes sit with double T. And Emil wears Emil's socks. Emil har på sig Emil's strumpor. Or in this case, Emil har på sig sina strumpor. Because strumpor is plural, it talks about his own, so it's sina. Now, if Emil was driving Göran's car, I'm literally looking at what was written down here, it's not his own car anymore. It's somebody else's car. And in that case, it's Hans' car. If it was Clara's car, which would be funny because Clara, his half-sister, is only 5 years old and she doesn't drive yet. But let's say that she is old enough to drive and she has a car, then it would be hennes bil. So Emil kör I hennes bil. And when it's the car of his parents, it will be deras bil. However, this was a little additive. Ulla frågar Göran kör I sin bil. So Ulla is asking Göran to drive in his own car. And it's about that the word is breaking up the sentence into two separate sentences. So Ulla is the subject of the first sentence, and she just asks. But she asks to Göran, which becomes two, becomes the word to split the sentence into two. Göran now becomes the new subject of the second sentence. So then we have to talk about whose car is it. It's his own car, so Göran's car, Göran's bil, sin bil. And despite the fact that this was not written down on the whiteboard, I did ask the teacher, like, so if it was Ulla frågar Göran kör I hennes bil, that is basically Ulla asking Göran to drive in Ulla's car, in her car. Because once again, splits the sentence into two, whereas the subject of Ulla in the first sentence is just Ulla asks. And the second sentence, Göran to drive in her car. Well, who's her? Well, Ulla. So in that case, if Ulla asks Göran to drive in somebody else's car, it will be hans bil, hennes bil, or deras bil. Same thing. Lastly, we've talked a lot about interests. So I've just written down a few things. So if you're interested in, du är intresserad av. So just like I said, alldeles för mycket is way too much. En glad över replies I met is just be happy with. I know I wrote down here that I was going to talk about music because I like music in general. So I had to write about my interests. I'm just going to do the Vikings to not take up too much time. Music, I'll talk about it at a later stage. And that basically concludes the homework for week 1. At an hour mark. Perfect. I thank you all for watching. I hope you've learned something new. I am most definitely excited for this new school year. New teacher, bigger class. I've caught up with the previous 2 years. I did it all in a few weeks' time. And also with the daily Duolingo still going on. My understanding of the Swedish language is way better than the start of the previous school year. So I think I won't be struggling as much this time. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how this year will go. And of course, every lesson that I have homework. We're gonna do it like this. As mentioned, we're gonna do all of the stuff from the övningsbok as well. We're gonna do all of the stuff from the lärobok. And we're gonna talk about the things that I've written down as well. Because now I'm actually keeping up with the actual lessons the day after I've had them, so it's all still a bit fresh in my mind. With that, I'm going to be ending it off here today. I'm Paul with Many Voices. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you learned something, make sure to leave that thumbs up. It helps out a great deal. Once again, despite the fact that I'm not finished with it, I am finished with it. So that I don't have to do multiple things at the same time anymore. Just to keep track of what I'm doing and what I'm supposed to be doing. So with that, I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week, hopefully with a fixed light bulb. Goodbye.